Yo, this Tajhi the Barber. Y'all tuned in with the creative mindset. Ooh.
Yeah, we back with another episode of the Creative Mindset. We got a special guest today. We got my boy Tajhi here in the building.
What up?
Yeah,
What's going on?
well, I'm glad to have you here today.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for
Yes,
inviting
Appreciate
me.
you for coming, man.
Thanks
yes,
for
man.
having me, man. Honored to be here. It's a privilege. I'm excited.
Just a
I'm
little,
excited to have you, man.
just a little tidbit. Tajhi was putting the cables, and he wanted the creative mindset to be a thing before it was even a thing. You know, me and
Did I?
Don. Yeah, you
I don't
did.
even remember that.
Yeah,
Recollect my memory.
a lot
What
be
was he talking
happening, you
about?
know. But it all started with what's up with the podcast? What's up with the podcast? I'm like, this ain't no podcast. Me and my dog just having conversations.
I did say that.
Yeah.
I did.
And then you was patient with it. You was like, so what's up with the podcast? Is it a podcast or not? So it was only right that I brought you after we finally made it a podcast because, you know, it's a lot of wisdom, you know, that you got. And, you know, a lot of people should know some of that wisdom because in the position that you in, you know, you do a lot of listening.
Yeah, that's what I do. A lot of listening, like I'm doing now. But I want to say I'm proud of y'all for manifesting it. You know, into what it is. I seen that for y'all from the beginning, for real. Just before I ever met bro Donnie. Before I ever met bro, once I seen y'all on camera, I'm like, man, that's an interesting duo. I would like to see a podcast. So I'm proud of y'all for just making that step.
I just appreciate you in the background rooting, you know what I'm saying? Because, like we always say, ain't nobody really saying anything or, you know what I'm saying, the engagement be low sometimes. But I appreciate
And I
that,
know how
man.
that be, no doubt. I know how that be. I'm a real one. That's what they say. So I just like to reach out when I can, when I see real stuff. Because, like you said, people play the background but won't be like, man, that's dope. Or that's some stuff I can relate to.
Yeah, respect.
So what we like to do here, I know you're familiar, but just, you know, for a refresher, we like to talk about mental health and creating.
Word.
When I met you, your creative bag was you being a photographer. But now
Yeah.
you are a hair artist.
Yeah.
Or so like
I like how you said that.
yeah. So tell the people about how you made that decision to follow that path and what that journey was like.
Good question. Interesting question. It wasn't something that I made a decision about, actually. It was something that more so found me. That's how I feel about it. I was doing the camera stuff, and the camera was my first introduction to like making my money on my own, being an entrepreneur. I always like to tell a story. If I talk about cameras, I have a lot of stories, but I love to tell a story how I took this real fly picture, put it on Twitter. It went viral. All these white people was saying, "Man, that's such a dope picture. It's amazing." The picture was of what alley is that? East Fourth Alley. When it's lit up at night, it was a real dope picture. Long story short, somebody from Renaissance Hotel had reached out to me and hired me for a gig and asked me how much do I charge. And I was playing around, but I said $100 an hour. And they said, okay. I said, what?
They
This
confirmed.
this is how being an entrepreneur works. So that was my introduction into it. But the camera wasn't enough to sustain me at that moment. Being new into it, I didn't have enough clientele. That's the obstacles I started to run into as new entrepreneurs will run into. So I started looking around, thinking in my head what I'm gonna do. I actually went to the fire academy for basically the whole duration of the program, but I wasn't able to finish a few weeks, so I had to withdraw from the program because it was an accelerated course. We did a lot of stuff in a little bit of time. So I had to withdraw. And me being withdrawing from the fire academy, I was down and out. And I said, man, I'm not about to just sit here and do nothing. And I was on the computer. I don't like to say this part, but I was smoking weed. I was high. I was on the computer. It led me to just doing anything. Applied to barber school. Didn't think nothing of it. I was supposed to go to an interview, and the lady, I didn't show up to the interview. The lady called, cussed me out. Cuss me out like my mama, man. Cuss me out like my mama.
Why you think she did that though?
I have no idea, but it got my attention.
Was it because of the connection y'all had when you was setting it up, or
I didn't know her.
that's wild?
I didn't know her, but she called me and checked me like how a mama supposed to check you if you don't go to school, and she
Right.
found out. So I forgot that I even had this appointment, but she called and checked me so bad, and she said, "I'm gonna give you one more chance." So I went when she gave me one more chance, and the rest was history. I've been cutting hair ever since then. But if I never would have listened to those knocks, I wouldn't be cutting hair, and I more so feel like it grabbed me by the collar and said, "Come here."
And chose you. Yeah.
Literally, the rest been history since 2017. So I didn't really choose it. It's sort of just me miscellaneously doing stuff. It found me. I just kept. I didn't give resistance to it. And a lot of people, I hear a lot of people say, "I'm trying to find what I'm good at. I'm trying to find what I want to be." And I just tell people, just keep going, and it'll find you. And it sounds like a lie, but that's how I figured it out. So I suppose it's the truth.
It don't sound like no lie to me because I was thinking in recent conversations I've been having with a couple of people near and dear to me. When it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do or I don't know what I want to get into, it's like try everything. You know what I mean? And I got a particular cousin that said they wanted to learn how to shoot. I said, well, this your test, go buy a cell phone gimbal. She never bought the cell phone gimbal. I was like, well, I don't even know what that would have led me to. Like, you could have shot my BTS. I could have trained you up to that. But you didn't try it out. And for everybody that's listening out there and that tap in and tune into it, it's like he heard a knock and he obviously didn't go to the interview, but then after the lady came, was like, yo, cussed him out. He was like, well, let me go see what this hit for. And that's what he's doing right now, making his bread.
And I wasn't a good barber at first. I was terrible at first. I was really terrible at first. And none of my friends and family wanted to come to me. I down there had to pay people to sit in my chair. Yeah. So it'd be funny watching how times have changed. And people be like, man, you charge a lot. Man, you don't even know how much work I've put in to get to this point. I was not always good at cutting hair, man. So I'm a testament of an experience. If you work at something, you do get better.
So history from when we was growing up, barbers work pretty much from the time they opened up the shop until sometimes even after hours, Monday through Saturday. That ain't your life. Tell the people about how you maintain a healthy work-life balance.
I like how you put that. I like to say I have a regular life, but I don't put money at the center of it. And that's what helped me maintain a healthy balance. When you put money at the center of it, it can get tricky. But I always take Saturday off as like a day to, just have to myself. I'm always done by 6 p.m. because I feel like it's only so much money you could get in one day. So save some for tomorrow. So that wasn't a habit or a motto that I had early on in the barber. My barbering career, I used to cut to like 12 o'clock at night or whatever till my phone start ringing, because that's like cool in our industry to just cut till your phone start ringing and just wear yourself out and then do it again the next day and then just do it again the next day. And it's not really healthy. I realize it's not healthy to do it like that. So now I just put God first, my family first, and me, and that's really how I balance my life off those three things. I guess that would create a triangle.
The trifecta.
Yeah.
Triangle. I think life is built on a lot of like failures. You building upon your failures and how you decide to deal with them is really the outcome that you're gonna get. You can either succumb to it or you can evolve. When you think about that and the grind that you had to get to this point, what sustained you, what fed you, what motivated you to create this for yourself? Because you've literally created the life that you wanted on your terms, which a lot of people is allowing life to dictate the terms for them. So, what motivated you?
That's a good question, brother. What motivated me? Family is definitely motivating. I got two sons. I have a 13-year-old. I had a kid since I was 19. So early on, I had a different motivation. I had that grown man wanting to take care of your family type motivation early on. I'm the oldest of my mama's kid, my father's kid too. I'm just the oldest. So I always just had that type of, demeanor about me. Gotta get it done. Um, does that answer the question?
You can stop when you want to stop. I relate to that though,
For
because
sure.
I'm the oldest.
For
I'm the
sure.
oldest, so I know what that come with and the responsibility that come with it. So
Yeah.
you carry a certain air and aura about yourself.
Yeah.
Responsible. I gotta do this. I can't just sit up here and roll over on the situation. I
That's
gotta
just
seize
always
the
been
opportunity.
me, just
Yeah,
naturally.
I can relate.
But
Definitely can relate.
as I grew as a man, I guess my responsibilities grew, and then realizing who I am as a son, a brother, a father, those are things that motivate me. Um, yeah, that's the best way I would put it. Those are things that motivate me. Want to be the best I could be in those areas.
So, like I said, you are a hair artist. You know what I mean? And I remember a particular time when hopping out your chair, and you said, as this being my profession, sometimes people tell me what they want, but I'm going to do what's best because I'm the professional and this is what I do. And sometimes you're going to want something and that might not even look right or that might not be for you.
You got a good memory, boy. You got
So,
a good memory, man.
so, so with so with that being said, in your day to day, how do you stay creative as an artist?
um, so a lot of times I deal with that. I see clients come in and they want like some haircut that they seen on TikTok or something like that, or Instagram or something, and their hair is not nearly in the shape to have that type of style. And they know that this guy came in the other day, his hair was, who would he have hair like? He got hair like Ashton Kutcher, but it was long. It was like some long white boy hair. He said, "Yeah, I want you to make it stand up." I said, "How I'm gonna make it stand up?" Like, I ain't no magician, brother. You feel me? So people be asking for a lot of different stuff, but the way I be creative is I like to look at a person, catch their vibe, and then just give them something I feel just work best for them. And you might be doing the same thing uh, in concept, but everybody different. So it's always like tailored to the person specifically, which is like a unique twist to it. That's how I look at it. That's how I stay creative with it. Everybody head shape different, line up different, new challenges, stuff of that nature.
When you cutting, man, I know you hear a whole bunch of crazy stories where people are dumping because it's an unbiased outlet. It really is because it's like at least the way I think. If I'm paying you to not only make me look good, but to make me feel better to a certain degree, right? Because the
Yeah,
haircut make you feel better,
yeah.
and whatever advice that you may give. Can you share a story that you may have like where you received some solid advice or gave some solid advice?
I feel like I give so much advice. It'd be hard for me to just remember it all. That's why I'm tripping that Brody just remember something that I said, like, cause I just be saying stuff sometimes, and I don't be thinking twice about it. And a lot of people think I'm wise, but I don't think I'm wise. I think I'm just a regular, simple, straightforward type of guy, and I just look at it simple, like so. Uh, let's see some advice I gave somebody recently. Some advice somebody gave me. I really can't think of nothing off the top of the dome advice wise. But going back to how bro said a lot of people be wanting a certain look and that's not really their style for real. That look don't really fit them. Usually the advice I'm giving is more so like, man, be you. Like that's a repetitive advice that I'm giving. It sounds simple, but it's literally the truth. Like be able to see what works best for you, not this idea you trying to create, this persona you trying to create and all that. Um, that's 9 times out of 10 what I'm telling people. And once you live in that and just stand on that, you usually better off. So I don't have 1,000 advices for people. I just give one good advice. Be you, be yourself.
I feel like creative people that's creative in cosmetology is like self-esteem enhancers. Like you just reaffirming what somebody already know. They come in very doubtful, and you send them away affirmed. I think that's dope, though, man. For real.
A lot of people like to say, that's some good advice. I cut somebody come in looking crazy or whoever they be looking when they come in. I cut them up, do my thing. Give the mirror. I don't give mirrors. Actually, I'm lying. I don't give mirrors because I feel like that fly, that's not even something I do no more. So many people that say, I don't need the mirror, Brody. So I don't give people mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
But dude will hop up and say, man, ooh, you did your thing, I'm back. I say, bro, you never left.
What? Mm-hmm.
You never left, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Some people that go over their head, some people that really sink and they say, ooh, thank you, bro.
Right.
Thank you, bro.
Right.
But yeah, just enhancing who you is and really having to giving people, I'm not giving people nothing, just helping people boost their self-esteem. I realize doing that though is a very delicate situation because you can also mess up somebody's self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I take my position with grace and a lot of humbleness to serve the people and do what I can. I know I got a talent and I'll see it time and time again. People hop up, come in one way, leave out another way. I see it, I be like, how do it work like that? I can't be stingy and just pick and choose so I get that to work. I'd be dead wrong with that blessing. So I just give it out. I cut for free sometimes. Like I just do it. I love cutting. I love the feeling of helping somebody feel like that.
You a vessel, man. Mm-hmm. You a vessel. That's dope.
Word.
So you was cutting in the shop before, but now you in a studio.
Word.
And barbershops have been like a hub for gathering and community. You know what I mean? And most times, at least when I come see you, I may overlap with somebody, maybe like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Has that environment shift affected you in any kind of way or changed the culture of the barbershop being a barbershop?
It definitely changed the culture because people used to that camaraderie type feel when they go in a barber shop and it's loud. Hey, what's up? What's going on? We talking about sports, all that good stuff, and just lingering around. So that's part of the culture. Back in the day with barbershops. Now I like to say that's BC. That's before COVID. Now after COVID, uh, things like that is really like a thing of the past, lingering around in barbershops and stuff like that. That's like a nostalgic feeling now. Um, in my case, how it has helped me is I don't have to deal with people just lingering around staring at me while I'm cutting a person hair. Believe it or not, they really steering holes in your head and you start to feel your head searing Cause so many people just staring at you, wanting to get a haircut. At first, it was cool, but I like to just deal with one person at a time and give them my undivided attention. So I say it's changed for the better. Originally, doctors, that red, white, and blue, the pole, it was originally, barbers was doctors. We was like the first surgeons or whatever. And that's what people would come to for all that type of stuff. So I like the idea of having a haircut sort of a one-on-one, like a doctor visit, a real self-care visit.
Using that terminology, how does that affect your mental health, and how do you keep yourself grounded to that and refreshed? Because again, you in those one-on-one sessions, and people may dump on you,
They do.
and then sometimes you just being the person that you are, you may have to pour. And if you start your day at 9, 10 o'clock,
Nah.
you pouring all day.
Yeah. I have days like that. So
So,
what's the question?
so the question is, how do you? And I know you're gonna say, no, I ain't even gonna say it. I'm gonna let you tell me.
For
But how,
sure.
how do you fill your cup back up
Okay.
and
Um,
keep yourself grounded and refreshed?
at first, I like to start off by saying when I first cut hair, it's nothing like how I am now. I've really transitioned and transformed into somebody. Like, I've changed. When I first used to cut hair, I used to be exhausted, bro. I would come home and be exhausted. I would not want to talk for like an hour, and I didn't understand what that was. My girl didn't even understand what that was. She thought I was being mean. Now Instagram has came to the point where it's probably a reel where you could relate that's breaking down. Your person need mental. You could probably understand it now. Back then, it was not that, but I was just experiencing being drained from dealing with so many people every 30 minutes, and I didn't know what that was. Now, I realize what it is since I've been doing it since 2017, and the way I deal with it is by I don't meet people where they at. I stay the same all day. For example, if somebody come in the shop and say they're having a bad day, which they got the right to, I'm not about to have a bad day with you. I'm not about to down my mood with you, even though you're having a bad day. And that's how I'm able to pour into people. So if I'm staying right here and they having a bad day, I'm not about to come down here and just be sad and it's so good. No, I'm gonna stay right here, and that's what's gonna pour into them. Somebody coming to the shop and they having an extremely great day and they so happy. I'm not about to be over the top super ecstatic either, because after doing that 10 times with 10 different people, up, down, up, down, up, down, you realize, man, I'm exhausted now. Because I went through 10 different phases of emotions, faces, and like, I just took on their energy. That ain't even my energy.
That energy transfer be
So I
real.
just be myself, like a flat line basically. And it's kind of hard to understand maybe, but trying to match people's energy, that's a saying. You don't do that. Match people's energy ain't it. So realizing that I only got so much, I just don't give it away no more. And I got what I got for you every day. That's it. It's usually more than enough.
Because we still talking about mental health. What advice would you give aspiring barbers or young barbers, or I should say young artists, coming up that are struggling with that? Basically what you was going through prior, something that you grown out of, what advice would you give them?
It's really the same advice that I have for the clients. You gotta be yourself. Realize that you ain't gotta be the next celebrity barber or the next celebrity stylist or nothing like that. Just be the best you, and you ain't gotta live above your means trying to look like uh, the next big thing on Instagram. Just be the best you, cause once you start once you start living into the hype of who everybody say you is or who you gotta be, it just become overwhelming. Uh, what was your question?
You answered it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You answered it. You answered it, man.
Do people still get designs cut in their head?
they do, but
Do they come to you for that?
I don't do designs. I like clean cuts, just clean classic cut, man. I've done designs. People have a handful of people that come to me for them.
Mm.
They like to challenge me with them, but I don't really feel like that's my lane. That would be something that I would take on just to challenge myself and be like, I feel confident in it. I don't really feel like confident. That's the best way to put it. So I don't care to do it no ways. I know I'm really good at just doing a great haircut. I don't like how designs grow back. So I never care to do it no ways.
You got a very diverse clientele, and I know that barber college acclimates you to cutting different types of hair. I want to ask, how do people find you, at least the diverse, because, you know, by being a black barber, typically black people come to you, but people of all races actually come shop with you. Like, I done seen you do, I don't even want to call it Opie, but I done seen you cut Opie.
Yeah.
And then I done seen you cut Tyrell, you know what I'm saying?
How do I do it?
Yeah,
How do they find me?
yeah.
Well, for starters, they find me on the internet. You feel me? But the best way that I'm able to be relatable to them is by never turning nobody down. So when I do have different ethnicities of people reach out to me, I don't turn them down. I don't shy away from it. That's something that I learned in barber school. We used to take all different types of people, so that's a confidence. I might not be that confident with doing designs, but my strength is I cut everybody though. I could cut anybody with whatever haircut you want. It'll be a nice haircut. And I gained that confidence just through repetition, and it started in barber school. So once I'm able to post that type of work, it's easy for somebody else to be like, okay, this guy cuts people that look like me. That's literally all it is. That's the reason black people come to me. They say, oh, he cut somebody that he could cut black. You know what I'm saying? He cut black people. So just showing it, showcasing what you know how to do. I realize nobody will know what you do if you don't show what you know how to do. So that's also something that I've learned being an entrepreneur. I will easily show what I do. I learn how to easily tell somebody, hey, how you doing? My name Tajhi. I don't know if you have a barber or not, but if you're interested, I'd love to help you out with that. You know what I'm saying? It's not too hard for me nowadays, but that just came from confidence. I mean, repetition, which built confidence.
What are some of the things, or what are some of the habits that you have that you practice to keep you grounded in your skill set, as well as keeping a clear headspace while practicing?
Um, some practices. Let's see. I like to walk. I like to go walk in the park. I'm a nature guy. You know that about me, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's real relaxing for me. That's something that I've been doing religiously for about the past 2 years. Like every day, no matter what the weather is, if it's hot, cold, I just like to go outside and walk. And I also been reading lately. Lately, I've been reading the Bible. That's one of my biggest interests as of the past 2 years. Uh, go to the gym sometimes. You know, do some pull-ups, get some good work in. You should be able to do at least 50 push-ups straight. You could get so much money from men who think they got it in them to do 50 push-ups, but they don't. They don't. It'd be
You gotta
so
work
funny.
for them too.
It'd be so funny. You can do them however you want to do them.
Wide, inside.
Do however you want to do them. You ain't gonna
You still gotta do 50.
You ain't gonna do 50 of them. I bet you will. Most people can't.
Shit, I'm curious now if I can do it now. It's been a while
It's
since I did.
automatic challenge though.
We can all do it. We can all do it at the end of this.
right now.
I've
I
been
ain't
on
did it
that
in a minute.
for years though, so I know I
I ain't
could
been
do it.
drinking today.
I haven't did it in a minute, but I know I could do it though.
I'm talking about at least like 3 years. That's the last
I'm
time I
waiting for
smacked 50
camera
straight.
Oh no,
activity.
it been less than 3 years.
This will be
for
the
me.
last thing I try to do before I walk
It was
out this room.
last year for me, not this year. No, I did 50 this year. I did instead of 50. I did. But I really be on that pull-up bar. That's really what I be on.
That's what I need to
Because I
get
know it
back
hurt.
to.
I like the stuff that hurt, man. Anything that hurt, I like to run to it. Like, oh, that hurt? Oh, let me get that there. That's where it's good at.
Pull-ups
That's
ain't
the only
nothing
thing I
but
like
repetition.
about working out.
That's
Man.
what I
It
mean.
hurt.
And you know that's it's working.
It's working. Right.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like it. I don't be wanting to hurt no more.
I be in there zoning out sometimes.
I'm in
Y'all ever
pain
be
now.
feeling like that? It be hurting so much. I don't be feeling like I'm in my body no more, bro. Like I be zoned out, bro.
I used
Like
to.
I just stopped even thinking about it, bro.
I used to enjoy that feeling.
You don't enjoy it no more?
No,
Why
not
don't you
like that.
enjoy it? It's just a
Re-
part of it. It ain't an enjoyment.
Well, that was just the psychotic part of it. I enjoyed the hurt, but like now my shift changed. You know what I'm saying? When I was working out at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the evening, that was well afternoon. That was something I could enjoy. But now I get up at 4, and I'm in the gym by 5 in the morning. So I don't want to start my day feeling bad like that because then I can. It's hard for me to get into the swing of working now on what I
See,
gotta do because now I'm sleeping.
It don't make me feel bad. It make me feel like this, like a towel, like you wringing it out, like I'm just wringing myself out. That's how I feel, bro. I be feeling woke up, like just refreshed.
That's the sauna.
I don't be in no sauna.
The sauna make me feel like
You pull up. I hear you though. I just be
Pull-ups.
zoned out on that bar.
Yeah, my brother can do a lot of pull-ups. Like this.
so. Before we get up out of here, Tajhi, I want you to tell the folks what's your hours, because they are unique, and where they can find you.
They not that unique. Why you keep saying it like that?
It is unique, man. Because who cut on Sunday?
Oh, I guess that is the unique part about it.
Who cuts on Sunday?
Nobody cut on Sunday and nobody cut on Monday. So I guess that's unique about it.
Very unique. Game changer.
But my hours pretty consistent. I'm pretty consistent. I feel like 9 to 6 every day, except for Saturday. That's pretty much it. Very simple and consistent. That I like to think that's what's different because I'm so consistent. 9 to 6 every day, except Saturday. Yeah. Garfield Heights, 4788 Turney Road, Garfield Heights, if you want to find me. Instagram is also Whotooj. That's WHOTOOJ, Whotooj. The code is
4788, right?
yeah, 4788 Turney Road in Garfield. I'm the coldest barber in Garfield. I really feel like the mayor. Like I hold down Garfield. Everybody know me. Everybody know me. Yeah, I'm not for everybody, man. I'm for a certain person with acquired taste. I'm for the people, but you know, you gotta know what people you for. So I'm for certain people with acquired taste.
So if you're looking for an experience,
Who like
I'm
to
gonna say
who like to treat themselves good, who value their appearance and their self-care, who like to take care of their family, who like men of their house, who you know, just standing on business and really being the best they could be. Then the type of people that I look forward to being in my chair. Not just anybody. I'm not really accessible to just anybody.
You better come with some decorum, goddamn.
Yeah, be yourself, you know. It's a bunch of ways you could do that.
it.